Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are well and you all are fine. So today I am going to start chapter number 3, Goodbye Mr. Chips. You have completed two chapters before and we also solved its exercise. So chapter number 3 is here with the memories of Mr. Chips. He is now gradually moving to his present time. Before it, he has discussed about Brookfield, Weatherby, and now he is in this chapter. He is the writer is going to talk about the present time that Mr. Chips is living at Mrs. Wicket's and how he treated students, and he'll also share the successful students who graduated successfully from Brookfield and they met Mr. Chips. And there are a lot of new information you will encounter in this chapter. So without wasting time, let's start. It was small but very comfortable and sunny room that Mrs. Wiggins led to him. The house itself was ugly and pretentious, but that didn't matter. It was convenient, that was the main thing. For he liked if the weather were mild enough to stroll across to the playing field in an afternoon and watch the games. He liked to smile and exchange a few words with the boys when they touched their caps to him. He made a special point of getting to know all the new boys and having them to tea with him during their first term. He always ordered a walnut cake with pink icing from Redivis in village, and during the winter term there were crumbs too, a little pile of them in front of a fire soaked in butter so that the bottom one lay in a little shallow pool. His guests found it fun to watch him make tea, mixing colorful spoonful from different candies, and he would ask the new boys where they lived and if they had family connection at Brookfield. No, he is. The writer is telling you how Mr. Chips is living at Mrs. Wicket's and how he is connecting with the students or with the people who have connection with Brookfield, because he is retired and he has nothing to do at all. I mean, he has just a free, or he's free and he has no activity to do at all. So he used his time by meeting people, by inviting them, by inviting students to, and he made tea as well. तो इसमें थोड़ा-सा हमें राइटर बता रहा है कि कैसे मिसेस विकेट्स जो हैं, उन्होंने उसे एक बहुत अच्छा कमरा अपनी तरफ से दिया था. द रूम इज़ वेरी कंफर्टेबल फॉर हिम, दैट he is living there with all his stuff and he is enjoying there, because there is, the variety of cakes, as the writer has mentioned, and beautifully they are decorated, and he made tea for guests, and he made tea with a very skilled way, in a very skilled way. तो वो उसमें कहता है कि जब वो गुज़रता था, अगर वो शाम को वॉक के लिए जाता था, तो वो लोगों को देखता था तो बड़े अच्छे से उनको जवाब देता था. एंड यू विल डिस्कवर्ड व्हाई ही chose this thing, why he selected, I mean, why he did it, and why he met with the smile, because earlier he wasn't. You will found next in next chapters how he gradually changed. He accepted change. He was very strict in earlier days, but then after marriage he was changed. He was more you can say soft towards students and more lenient in his actions. So whenever he was passing by someone, he met with a smile. He exchanged greetings, and most of the time students do exchange greeting with the respect, like they salute him. And then he invited them, and then he ordered walnut is अखरोट, ठीक है, अखरोट का वही केक ऑर्डर करता था. रेड is a shop name जहाँ से वो उसको ऑर्डर करता था. और फिर वो उसको बड़े तरीके के साथ सजा के एहतियात के साथ उसके जो छोटे-छोटे उसने बॉक्सेस बनाए हुए थे जिसमें से वो कैंडीज़ भी निकाल रहा होता था, चीनी भी निकाल रहा होता था और वो फिर चाय बना के तो वो प्रेज़ेंट करता था और फिर वो बच्चों से, लड़कों से जिनको वो इनवाइट करता था उनसे पूछता था इफ दे हैव एनी कनेक्शन विद ब्रोकफील्ड, आई मीन इफ their father or anyone else is studying or had studied at Brookfield. तो ये उसका एक फेवरेट जो है आप उसको हिज हॉबी यू कैन से इट वाज हिज हॉबी ओके he kept watch to see that their plates were never empty and punctually at 5 after the session had lasted an hour he would glance at the clock and say well it's been very delightful meeting you like this. I'm sorry you can't stay. And he would smile and shake hands with them in porch, leaving them to race across the road to the school and with their comments. Decent old boy, Chips gives you a jolly good tea anyhow and you do know when he wants you to push off. So you see, he has set a time at the time he called students and the time he saw them off. So he had set that time for students, and at 5, I mean after 1 hour, he asked them that they should now leave. It's time for them to leave. So he is very punctual, and he never, he never let them empty. I mean, let them stay empty, or he never let their dishes empty or plates empty. He always filled their plates with cake or teas. And Chips also would be making his comments to Mrs. Wickets when when she entered his room to clear away the remains of party. A most interesting time, Mrs. Wicket's young Branksome tells me that his uncle was Major Collingwood. The Collingwood we had here in North. He was actually nodding his head too. I think it was. Dear me, I remember Collingwood very well. I once trashed him for climbing on gymnasium roof to get a ball out of the gutter. Might have broken his neck, the young fool. Do you remember him, Mrs. Wicket? He must have been in your time. So now he, after when the guest had left, he told Mrs. Wickets, who came here to, who actually entered the room to clean it or to take away all the uh, all the stuff that was left after the guest leave the room. And then Mr. Chips told him what he had talked with the guest and how he found the connection of Collingwood with that boy, and he said that Collingwood was also, you can call him a naughty boy, and Mr. Chips punished him once when he was trying to pick the ball and by climbing on hall gymnastic hall. Mrs. Wickets, before she saved money, had been in charge of the linen room at the school. So Mrs. Wicket was also, she also had served at Rome before she saved money. I mean, before it, she was also the part of Brookfield, and she was the in charge of linen room. Linen room is the room when the room or the owner of that room is the one who took care all the stuff, the clothing and everything in that Brookfield school. Yes, I knew him, sir. Cheeky's was to me generally, but we never had no bad words between us, just cheeky like. He never meant no harm, that kind never does. Sir, wasn't it that got the medal, sir? Yes, DSO. Will you be wanting anything else, sir? Nothing more now, till chapel time. He was killed in Egypt, I think. Yes, you can bring my super about then. Very good, sir. And then they started talking about, and then she said that yes, she knew him very well. Once he was most of the time he was rude to her, to Mrs. Wicket. But he was actually rude, but his intention wasn't to harm Mrs. Wicket. तो वो उसको कहती है कि वो सख्ती से पेश आता था, लेकिन उसका इरादा कभी नुकसान का नहीं होता था। और ये क्या ये वही है जिसको मेडल मिला था, जिसे तमगा मिला था? एंड मिस्टर चिप said yes, DSO. DSO is a name of a medal which is bestowed for services. And then he remembered that he was killed for during in Egypt in war. And then he was suddenly he was feeling sad, so he requested Mrs. Chips sorry, he requested Mrs. Wicket to bring his lunch or super. Super is a, actually it isn't lunch, neither it is dinner, it's something before dinner or lunch. So he requested her to bring it to his home. So that's all about today. If you have any question, you can ask.